everyone, this is Dana with the OT Guide. Here's my latest activity. It is Paw Patrol themed for all of your students that love Paw Patrol. This activity goes over the OT related writing rules. So it reviews letter sizing, baseline adherence, as well as meatball and spaghetti spacing. So this activity is perfect for our students who are just learning how to write. So kindergarten, first grade, perfect. If you want access to this activity, all you're gonna do is copy the link in the description of the video, put it in your browser, and download yourself a copy that you can customize. But let me show you what it looks like. Chase is guiding us. Chase is the main character in Paw Patrol, and he's guiding us through this activity. So he says, try your hardest and do your best. So if you're doing this through teletherapy, you would be sharing your screen. If you're just doing this during in-person therapy, you'd be sitting next to your student going through this. So this lesson goes over the writing rules that I mentioned before. And so first, Chase is going to teach our student about sitting letters. And he explains that whenever we write, all of our letters have to sit on the ground. And so he asks our students questions. So in this case, I love animals. You would ask your student, are all of the letters sitting on the green grass? And they would say yes. What about this one? And they would say no. So then the activity is dragging and dropping the floating letters so they sit on the line. So I actually just did this activity with the students, so my letters aren't floating, but they would be like up here, and you would just have your student work on their mouse control to click and drop. Again, click and drop. And they would do this with a number of different examples. Chase says, nice job. We've learned that our letters must sit. Now we're gonna learn about some of our meatball spacing. So here's another example, and Chase is asking, okay, how many spaces do you see? And our student would say 2. And you would explain that the number of meatballs you see corresponds to the number of spaces there are. So whenever there's a space, there's a meatball there. Now Chase instructs our students, okay, now you drag and drop the meatballs. How many spaces do you see? Okay, 1, 2, 3. So your student would drag each meatball so it sits right between the words perfectly. So they have a couple opportunities to do that in longer sentences. And then next, Chase teaches us about spaghetti spacing. So he says spaghetti spaces are small and they're located between every letter. And he gives examples of spaghetti spaces. And then you're gonna ask your student, okay, which word, number 1 or number 2, has nice spaghetti spacing and why? So hopefully your student says number 1 because they understand the concept that our letters don't wanna be squished on top of each other. And again, you'd pose the same question, and the answer is number 1 because we don't want our letters to be too spaced out either. Now it's our students' turn to drag and drop the spaghettis. So again, they would click on a spaghetti and they would put it in between each letter in the word. Last but not least, Chase teaches our students about letter sizing. So he says our lowercase letters, they're all different sizes. Some are tall, some are short, and some are hanging. Rule number 1, our short letters, they have to sit below the dotted line. So we ask our students here, okay, which letters are short and how do you know? And hopefully our students would be able to identify A, C, and E are short because they sit below the dotted line. Rule number 2, our tall letters touch the blue sky. And then rule number 3, our hanging letters sit below the dotted line and have a tail. So then our students would identify, okay, which one is hanging? And then the drag and drop activity is just you drag the letters to the appropriate spot. So these are all short letters. So our students, again, they would drag a letter and they would put it so it's sitting in the right spot. It's a little tricky, but it's also highly fun. And that's really it. So you reviewed all the main writing rules with Chase. It was really fun. If you like this activity, again, all you have to do is copy and paste the link into your browser and download yourself a copy. If that doesn't work, you can shoot me an email at theotguide@gmail.com. But I hope you guys liked it. If you like what you saw today, please feel free to like and subscribe to this video. And I look forward to seeing you all next time. Bye.